We only got one topic today, and that's Florida State football and how bad that they've been sucking throughout the year. And it happened to be the final game of the year where they played Florida, crosstown rival, of course. And for lack of a better term, they were garbage. I'm gonna read the headlines a little bit, so bear with me because this FSU loses to Florida in Gainesville 40-21. This game wasn't even close by no stretch of the imagination. Florida played bully ball with these dudes all night long, and we finished the season again disappointingly at 5-7, and missing the bowl season again, which that's something Bobby Bowden never done. I'm gonna continue to bring up one of my heroes' name every time I get a chance to, because these dudes, these past two dudes, are garbage. We've been on the wrong side of history too much since this Norvell dude got here. We've been on the wrong side of college football history. I'll even go back a little bit further. I even go back with Jimbo. Even since he got here, we've been on the wrong side of history. Remember the block kick with Georgia Tech, how we started our 29 game winning streak, and Georgia Tech returned the kick back for a touchdown on us, a block kick. I don't know about y'all, but I got 7-0 fatigue right now. Is that what they saying these days? Not even that. Even go to Norvell now. Losing on a Hail Mary to Jacksonville State. One of the problems was they put my man Jarvis Brownlee back there in coverage. And you can see this guy was entirely not motivated while he was at Florida State. Uh, Not saying nothing bad against him, but he didn't show no effort on that play. And to make matters worse, my cousin played at Jacksonville State, so shout out to my little cousin Craig. But he's a Florida State fan, so I guess it balances out. Then look at the 66-3 drudging we got put on us by Georgia in the bowl game. We got set up for that one, but I'm telling you, that is the worst beating in Florida State history. We don't we don't never get beat this bad, bro. And for you new fans that think this is okay and it's just a slump, we didn't have this when Coach Bowden was there. We didn't have this when Mickey Andrews was there. We didn't have this when Mark Richt was there. All of these guys, we didn't have all of this. So y'all thinking it's okay? It's not okay, bro. And that brings me to the latest part of history that we've suffered. What's his name? Jaden Baugh. Y'all had this little dude put up 266 yards rushing. Y'all had this dude put up 266 yards rushing on 6.1 yards a carry. Bro, y'all had this dude looking like Eric Rett, Fred Taylor, Emmett Smith, and Neil Anderson all at the same night, helping him get to 1,000 damn yards. Y'all help him get to 1,000 yards. Any questions in the chat? Y'all go ahead and ask. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for subbing. Um, to me, it looked like Florida State gave up again. Not just the players, the coaches gave up too. And I'm so, oh Lord, I wonder why nobody's paying attention. Yes, I am talking football. I wonder why nobody's paying attention to why Deuce and Danzy had a combined 7 catches for 93 yards. Deuce normally gets that by himself. Emmett Smith retired. We're talking college football. He retired back in what was it, '04 or something like that. Um, but shout out to LaWayne McCoy. We call him Wheezy. Um, what do you have? 6 receptions for 117 yards and a touchdown. He did okay. Shout out to him for trying. Now, this is where this bothers me. Why would you put a 5'8" DB on Deuce and all he could get was 53 yards on a 5'8" defensive back? Deuce Robinson is 6'6", bro. Why not use him like Rodney Smith? Why not use him like Kelvin Benjamin? These people don't know how to coach. These people simply don't know how to coach. I honestly have belief that Gus Malzahn would get it right. I honestly have belief that he would get this right. No wonder he's been bouncing. No wonder he's been bouncing, man. This is ridiculous, man. All the coaches let us down. The Gus, another letdown season. So not just him, all of them are. Every last one of them. The only person that I would give some grace to is Sertan. That's the only one I would give grace to is Patrick Sertan. This coach Tony White. I don't know if he needs the players in place that he needs, but you work with what you get. You work with what you got. How did we go 3-0 and didn't win but two more games and go 2-7 the rest of the way? With that defense is terrible, man. And just speaking on the defensive line, I don't think, to me, I don't know if it's me, they don't have no aggression on the defensive line. They simply don't have no aggression. No aggression at the point of attack, no violence at the point of attack, no nothing. It looked like they just run into the blocks and stay and allow themselves to be blocked. Where are our Sterling Palmers? Where are Jamal Reynolds? Where are Andre Browns? Where are Andre Wadsworths? Where are Peter Bowares and Renard Wilsons? Where are those guys? Where are Timmy Jernigans? Where are our Brandon Jenkins? Where are Andre Fluellens? Where is our John Nance? Where's our Broderick Brunkley? Where's our Tank Carradines at? Where's our Bjorn Warners, all-time Florida State sack leader? Where's our DeMarcus Walker? We don't have that no more. These dudes don't look like they don't work out. They don't take the weight room serious. When we had great defensive ends, it made it easier for our running backs or our linebackers, excuse me, our linebackers to headhunt. The linebackers headhunted better, and it made it easier on them. We didn't have all these people running wild in the backfield. We didn't have all these people running wild out of the backfield. It just didn't happen. It's kind of depressing. This program is a complete mess. And for you young fans that just grew up liking Florida State, and no disrespect to the women that put their feelings into it, uh, you just give them another chance, or just do this, blah blah blah. Look, if you haven't played a down of football in your life, you don't understand the passion. You can you can love your team, you can love Florida State all you want to, but if you haven't played a down of football in your life, you don't understand the passion that true Florida State fans have. This program has been on a downward spiral since Peter Warwick left. I'm not making this up. You go back and think about it. Since Peter Warwick left, this program has been on a downward spiral. It's the lack of caring from coaches and players for me. While we're on the subject, why are these kids, and this is the doing of the NCAA, why are these kids allowed to transfer when they don't like it somewhere, when it's too tough for them? Why are they allowed to do that? Y'all have made it easy for these kids to come in here and take your money and not take the program serious. Did you hear what the coach from Northern Illinois said? He played this game for free. And why are these kids just hopping in the transfer portal every chance they get? I don't understand it, bro. I really don't. I really don't understand it. What needs to take place is these kids need to sign a contract. Y'all need to have them sign a contract. If you're not going to be here for 3 years, we don't want you. That's what the entire NCAA should do. And if they don't want to do that, let them go down to Division 2 or Division 3. There's still NFL scouts there. They're not gonna get the they're not gonna get the NIL deal they want, but they'll still be playing. But these bigger universities could breathe better. You know what I mean? These bigger universities could breathe better by not allowing these kids to just jump off and take their money. I don't want that mentality over here. If I'm a coach, I don't want your mentality over here. If you're not playing for the love of the game, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. It's just that simple. I seen where Tommy Castellanos wanted to return for another season at Florida State uh, if he gets his red shirt granted, or if he gets his eligibility year granted. Um, what are y'all thoughts on that? I want to hear from you guys. What are y'all thoughts on him returning? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think he's bad, but I just don't think he who he thinks he is. Uh, Not to shut him down, and I like his passion. He said he would only want to play for Florida State if he were to come back. He only wants to play for Florida State. I love his passion. I love his passion. But I'm at this point, I'm using him as a gadget guy. But I think Kevin Sperry needs to be the starting quarterback next year. Him or was it Brock Glenn? I think they need to be the starting quarterback next year. What are your thoughts? I'm probably forgetting something. like I always do, and I'll think about it later. But yeah, if you got any questions, you go ahead and drop them off in the comment section. I see you dropped a few of them. See, y'all dropped a few comments. I'll get down to reading them. Hey, I subbed. Thank you for subbing. I am talking football. When did Emmett retire? Let's look that up. I got a good story about Emmett Smith. Yeah, got a good story about Emmett Smith. One day I have to tell you about it. Let's look and see when he retired. I know he retired as a Cowboy because he went over there a few years and played with Dallas. Um, let's see when he retired. Before I forget, I need to shout out to my boys over there on Double Fries No Slaw. They said they don't be getting my show. Brothers, I do a show every Monday, so I don't know. It'll be about time for me to start putting my guests back on my show. So be looking forward to that, my brothers. Shout out to those guys. They had me on their show. Call in. Had me on the call in corner. That's bugging me. When did Emmett retire? I want to say it was 2004. I can't get it up, but this computer, this laptop acting crazy. But I would want, uh, in my opinion, about him returning, Tommy Castellanos. I admire that about him wanting to come back and play for Florida State, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Far as him being the starting quarterback again, his mechanics will work. And have you seen the uh, the schedule for next year? That's terrible. I mean, we're not going to win. We're going to go the same. We're going to have the same record we did this season. We're going to have the same exact record we did this season. We're not going to beat Miami. We're not going to beat Florida. We're not going to beat Alabama. We're not going to beat Louisville. So then we got NC State again. So we're gonna go 5-7 again. So that's another failed season, and I I just can't wrap my mind around rooting for this team. And you got to ask yourself, at what point, when do we boycott? When you us as fans boycott Florida State? I've been a Florida State fan my entire life, man, ever since I was a kid. And to see this program go in the dumpster like this, it's heartbreaking. And I take this to heart. I take this to heart very seriously. Yeah, shout out to the Florida Gators though for doing their thing. I don't really give them props because I don't like them, but I did have a foster brother that played there. He's not invited to my house, but I love him dearly. Shout out, shout out to you, little brother. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna get us out of here. This has been the Retro Jersey Podcast. Once again, shout out to my boys over there, Double Fries No Slaw. and all the other Florida State podcasts. Y'all need to invite me on your show, man. I can bring it. I can bring it. What up?